I had read a quote by Charles Bukowski somewhere where he was saying something that like he had a bluebird that he wouldn't show anyone. That it was this sort of guarded thing of this sort of innocence or whatever. And I liked the image of it, but I wanted to change the idea. And I didn't, and it kind of sat in my phone for a minute because it felt like an idea. And then I don't know, whatever happens, I was laying on my bed and I just wrote the lyric down, I turn a light on in my soul, keep a bluebird in my heart. And then those verbs I turn and keep led to some other impressionistic lyrics. And I'm just like, I feel good about this. And I just sent it to Miranda and we had developed such a team. And I was like, if you dig this, we should bring this in. It's like we trust each other in the writing room. And there was a little piece of music and just a little piece of lyric there. And we fired it up one night. We had 2 or 3 consecutive nights and fired it up. And it was really magical, these sort of impressionistic lyrics coming out that really served the title.
Luke kind of teed us up to have something beautiful to write too.
I think we wrote it at night, and the lyric was so interesting to me because it was also, I think it was sort of a time in your life where I feel like Miranda she's gone through different phases of her life where she's taken some punches and she's gotten back up. And it just felt like a very timely song, a very hopeful song. And also, I just love that if 34 was bad, I just turned to 35, So I feel like it just, Luke teed us up nicely for it. And, and then we added the, ooh, those kinds of things. And now I almost can't even, every time I hear that melody, I'm like, that's how a bluebird sings.
Well, and another interesting thing is, we wrote that song 2 years ago, February, maybe-ish. And we could never have predicted what a song of hope could do for us right now. The song we wrote, we needed the hope in our lives. We wrote it from that perspective, but then 2020 happens and it became perspective for a lot of people. Just, I felt like you couldn't have ever imagined the timing of a song coming out at a perfect time for the songwriters and for the fans. It just, every time I hear it, I get excited and I feel better, not because it's our song, because of what the message is.
You write things too, and you get excited about them and they're good, but then they're not yours anymore. And this is definitely a song like that. And then you step back from it and you don't know what kind of stuff's working in your head or whatever, but I don't think I ever thought of this until maybe just now. Is like such an interesting image to me as a bluebird being an image of hope, because it's so fragile and delicate and beautiful and small, but poignant. I don't know. You don't necessarily consciously think of things. That's the beauty of songs to me, is new meanings can come out of them and grow out of them for the listener and for yourself.
I got this tattoo of a wild card up my sleeve, a Queen of Hearts, in October 2 years ago, and that was it was a lyric out of an Emmylou Harris, Roseanne Cash and Carlin Carter wrote it, but Emmylou Harris song that I cut on one of my records, I think my 3rd record, and it was always stuck out to me. If the morning comes and it's time for me to leave, don't worry about me, I got a wild card up my sleeve. And I always just stuck with me, like, because I've had to pull a wild card for myself to get myself out of certain things in my life, or whatever that means. But I remember when we said that, I was like, that line needs to go here. It's been enough time. We need it belongs in this song and for the time in my life. And while we were writing through the whole process, writing with them and other people, I just was looking for that word, because I have a superstition about 1-word titles for my records, because the ones that have had 1-word titles have really done some magical things for me. And so when that kind of came out of this song, I was like, that's it. That's what this is. And also, it's been a while since I've had a song this special, and I'm very appreciative that it got treated that way. You know what I mean? As far as, like, I haven't had really a Billboard chart hit in 8 years. And so, a number 1 anyway. And so to share it with them about this song is really, really special. It's just blessed timing for what that song was. And I'm really thankful that we got to hold on to it and then we got to let it fly. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the song is a bluebird, you know, like it was just like floated down and we got to hold it for a while and now it's everyone's to share.